Arcane Season 2 is right around the corner, and we just got an official trailer. And I totally knew there was going to be a teaser coming, and that's why I was holding off on making this video, not because I was procrastinating or anything. If you haven't seen it, definitely go watch that before watching this. Now, if you're still here, we're on the same page. Vi and Caitlyn are going to be my main focus, and I'll touch on some other characters too. In true 40s fashion, it's hard to tell whether you're seeing two sides of a conversation, or if it's in a different location in another time with some other character entirely.
Bit of advice, don't threaten the guy who pours the drinks. Bit of advice, don't threaten the guy who pours the drinks.
But Vi's hair is actually really helpful when you're trying to create a timeline. In Act 1, it's obviously pink, as we've seen in Season 1. Pit Fighter Vi is Act 2, it turns black. And then for Act 3, it's kind of this washed out where the pink's returning. So gives us quite a good representation of Vi's mental state during these times, where she completely loses herself and her identity, and in this uncertainty she deals with it the only way that she knows how, and that's punching. And it's not until she faces these demons and makes a choice that Vi really regains her sense of purpose. So here we go, this is again my speculation. Feel free to put your own 2 cents in the comments, I'll be interested to see what you guys think. We've seen a fight between Jinx and Vi. I think this fight is taking place at the same time, this one where the rest of Caitlyn's squad is fighting these Shimmer goons. I'm not sure off the top of my head what they're called, I could probably look it up, but they're not really that important. Vi goes off to deal with Jinx personally, and I don't think either sister comes out of this fight the victor. Hunch that a third party interrupts this fight and Jinx flees, possibly leading into that scene where Jinx gets clotheslined in an alley and Savika comes to her rescue. You know this is in Act 1 because Vi's hair is pink. I feel like something happens between Caitlyn and Vi, and with the pressure on her shoulders and Ambessa whispering in her ear, I think Caitlyn turns on Vi, accusing her of letting Jinx flee the scene and sabotaging the mission. It was right there and she got away, kind of way. We've seen Vi facing backwards towards the camera, whispering, "This has to end." Believe that she's talking to Caitlyn. This next part is entirely speculation, and the 2 scenes might not be related at all. In League of Legends, one of Caitlyn's abilities is she's able to shoot a net from a rifle, and part of me likes to think that this is what she's shooting in this scene, with this very ridged hex tech looking ammo. Maybe she's attempting to capture Vi. Looking at this scene, like, why would Jinx be this close to Vi? Going all out, Vi would 100% win a melee engagement, yet she escapes this fight. I've seen people speculate that she does get caught here and is in Stillwater. And while I think that part's true, I don't think she's an inmate at any point. I think she breaks in with a bunch of her followers and frees anyone who will fight for the rebellion. Which also explains why we see Jowler on the outside, which is this guy. Whether Vi actually did help Jinx get away or not, I think it's a confrontation between Vi and Caitlyn that's going to split them apart. I don't think we'll see Vi again until Act 2, where we next see her and she's become this pit fighter, and Vi goes through this self-destruction montage where she pushes away what friends she still has. Side note, this manager of sorts is a part of Caitlyn's strike team, which makes me think that Caitlyn is aware of her movements. She seems to be having the worst time of her life, which is saying something considering she spent the last few years in Stillwater. But at least there she had hope, and I think this is Vi without hope. She's getting more drunk, more beat up, and alone until it ends with her lying unconscious and utterly defeated. This is where the montage will end, and someone is going to come find her. Now, I'd love to think that this person is going to be Caitlyn. What she has going on in at the minute, I don't think it will be. I think Echo is the one who's going to come and pick her up, and I think that's exactly what he's doing in this scene.
Sometimes taking a leap forward means leaving a few things behind.
As to who he's referring to, it could swing either way, but I'm leaning Caitlyn because in late Act 2 or Act 3, we see Echo with Jinx's paint on his clothes in a very deliberate mark that I feel is similar to her followers dyeing their hair blue. We also see throughout this montage that Jinx is watching Vi from the shadows, both in the club and in the fighting arena, going as far to even bet on her sister's victory. We also see these banners that must have some tie with Caitlyn because Vi is hallucinating her when she's looking at them. Yet this area seems like Zorn's, so perhaps Piltover's reach is creeping further. It looks like Echo brings Vi topside to defend against an attack from Noxus. We see her carrying someone wearing an Enforcer's uniform to safety, and I think this gesture will help repair Vi and Caitlyn's relationship. Considering in Act 1 we've seen Piltover and Noxus on the same side, and we're now seeing them fighting one another, it's safe to assume that some disagreement of sorts happens between the two nations, and rather than being Piltover and Noxus versus Zorn, I reckon it'll be Piltover and Zorn versus Noxus. Whether this'll make peace between them or is just a temporary alliance to deal with a common enemy, we'll just have to see. Certainly be an interesting watch. I feel like we might get one more teaser or trailer in October before we get Act 1, November 9th, so I might make a follow-up video, or definitely let me know in the comments what you think Arcane Season 2 has in store for us. I'm especially looking forward to seeing Caitlyn with Savika, and the first time Vi encounters Warwick. Warwick is a champion playable in League of Legends, and is perfectly capable of speaking, so I wonder if he's going to recognise Vi. I think they're being very deliberate with who they're not showing in these videos. Yeah, definitely be interesting to see someone like Camille make an appearance.